Are three types of zeros. Really, I want to say two. You'll have real zeros and imaginary zeros, but what you're going to see when you're looking for the zeros of this polynomial functions, you're going to see rational zeros, which are your integers and your fractions. You will see irrational zeros, which are your radicals, like square root of 2, square root of 4, your decimals that repeat on and on that don't have an ending. Those are your irrational zeros. And then now we introduce or bring in imaginary zeros. So let me show you what I drew here. So this is my numbers cloud. So all of the numbers in the world start at the top here with these complex numbers. Okay, all numbers come from the complex numbers. And you see how I have this a plus bi? Well, the a represents your real. That's the real part. So the numbers that you see in math, see all the time, that you use all the time. And then this bi, that little I, that represents the imaginary part. Okay, and the b is just a number, and then the real part is a number. But when you see the I attached to it, that's your imaginary part. So again, all the numbers in the world come from complex numbers, but you're normally used to seeing these. Okay, so these are your real numbers. So you have real numbers, you have imaginary numbers, and under real numbers is where you see your rational, your irrationals. Your rationals are the ones that you normally use all the time: integers, fractions, counting numbers, all of that. Irrationals, that's where you have like your radicals, and then your repeating decimals. Like I'm just gonna make up one. But the ones that go on and they don't stop, that's what falls over there. So when we're going through these polynomial functions, you're going to see two types: real numbers and imaginary numbers. But under the real numbers, you can have rational zeros or you can have irrational zeros.